All right, hey, right now we're going to talk about the team builder compensation. And in a few minutes, I'm going to show you how you could turn one sale into $30,000. Now, you heard me right, how to turn a sale into 30 grand. Now, before we do that, we got to really look at how are you paid as a team builder? And the first thing you have to realize is you got to become a team builder, because that's where that compensation begins. And that happens after you've made your first 3 assisted sales, and you do that in your first 30 days. Now, what's an assisted sale? That's where you're working with your team builder to help you make your first 3 sales. And so once that happens, then you begin your team builder group. That happens when you either sponsor someone as an SBA or you make a sale. Now, we're going to focus right now on building the team. We're going to come back and talk about what happens with the sales. And so you personally sponsor a person, and then you sponsor another one. And as you can see in this graphic, everybody continues building their own teams. This is your team builder group. This goes through infinity. So as long as an SBA has sponsored another SBA, who sponsors another SBA, folks, this goes through infinity. It never stops. Now, this team of people are going to be selling memberships, signified by this icon for our easy travel button. And so when a person makes a membership sale and you're the team builder of the person who makes it, folks, you make 20 bucks. And that counts as 1 credit toward the 7 that you need for a $1,000 bonus. So let's look at this. And we're just going to kind of fill in here, and people keep making sales. And as you can see, it doesn't have to be one person making 3 or each of 7 people making 1 or somebody making 7. It doesn't matter where those 7 sales come from. As soon as you have 7 total sales with no time limit, no balancing, no flushing, no anything, 1 a week, 1 a month, as soon as 7 sales are made, we're going to send you a $1,000 bonus. But it's not just a one-time thing. This isn't a fast start bonus where it's only available once. This is available as long as you keep building. So we go in here, and there's your first 7 sales. But as you can see, now people are making more sales. Here you got the first person you sponsored already got their 3 sales. And you got an SBA that the second one you sponsored just made their 3rd sale. See, that's what they're doing so that they can become team builders. But all of those sales are counting towards your $1,000 bonuses. And there's your second one. And as you can see, now other people are making sales. And remember, people are still recruiting. This is still building deep. It's going through infinity. I'm not going any further because the screen won't show it, but this is how you're paid as a team builder. Let's do this one more time, because now this would move into your 4th bonus. You've made about $5,000 at this point, and right now you'd be up for your next promotion. We're not going to go through that now, but I just want you to know that when you've done this, you're just 2 sales away from becoming a regional builder. We'll talk about that more in future lessons, but right now, what I want to do is recap how you get paid. So as a team builder, you make $20 per sale through infinity. Now, this is in addition to the $30 you would make if you made a sale personally. So every time an SBA in your team builder group makes a sale, until they become a team builder themselves, you make 20 bucks. Through infinity, every 7 sales through infinity creates a $1,000 bonus. These are unlimited, and you can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 20 personally sponsored SBAs. Everything they do and their people do until they become team builders themselves counts toward these bonuses. Plus, there's a $2 monthly residual that goes through infinity. So every month that a person keeps their membership active, every month that they pay their $59.95, you're going to receive $2. Now, I told you I would tell you how to turn 1 sale into 30 grand. And you're saying, how is that possible? Well, the first thing you got to do is you got to become a team builder. Remember we talked about that? You got to make your first 3 training sales in your first 30 days. You're going to work with your team builder. If you also happen to be a member, you got your 10 easy travel buttons. You're going to pass those out. And then from that 10, that's where those 3 sales are going to come from. Then you're going to make 1 more sale. Let's just say in this example that you passed out those 10 and you now had 1 more person. And that 1 person bought. You're going to encourage them to hand out their 10 easy travel buttons, and then the system is going to expose and upsell those 10 prospects. Now, does it seem reasonable that at least 3 of the 10 people will see the same thing that you have seen that attracted you to Surge365? That they're going to see value in the membership, that they're going to look at it and say, this makes sense to me. And so those being the parameters, here's what happens. Let's just say John is your 4th sale. John buys the membership, wants to qualify for 3 and free. What does that mean? If John gets 3 personal sales, then as long as those people are active, John never pays his monthly fee. So there's a lot of incentive here for John to hand out his 10 easy travel buttons. He's going to hand it out to his 10 best prospects. And then what's going to happen? The system is going to show them, and you saw the videos earlier about what happens when people click and how it upsells them to the membership. Well, John has this happen, passes out his 10. Those three of those 10 buy. Now, Jose, Don, and Sue, those are the 3 of the 10 that became members. That made John 3 and free. Now, doesn't it make sense that those 3 people are going to each hand out their 10 buttons so they can qualify for 3 and free? Well, of course it does. See, your job at that point is just to encourage Jose, Don, and Sue to pass out their 10 buttons. Let the system do the work. Let it do the upgrading, the upselling. Now, the same thing's true with them. If 3 of their 10 purchase and become members, well, guess what we're going to do? We're going to send out 10 easy travel buttons to those 9 people. And when those 9 people hand out their 10 buttons so that they can qualify for 3 and free, understand by doing that, they're saving $720 a year. This is not, they don't have to become a business associate. They don't have to get into the marketing plan. They don't even have to get compensation from this. They're just doing this because it's saving them $59.95 a month. Well, when those 9 people hand out their 10 buttons, the next step, folks, you understand there's 27 new members? Now, when you say 27 new members, it's kind of a little bit, it freaks you out maybe, because you're saying, what am I going to do with 27 people? Well, the great news is, all you have to do is just talk to those 27 people, welcome them to your team, and tell them exactly how to hand their 10 buttons out to their best prospects. And the advantage to them is you're going to do this. The system's going to do the following up. They don't have to turn into salespeople. You don't even have to do that. All you're going to do with those 10 people, the ones who are interested, you're going to know, and then you're going to answer the questions. They're going to get in the business. But look what happens. At the end of this 4 steps, now this could be 4 years, it could be 4 months, it could be 4 weeks, it could be 4 days. Now, I don't think 4 days is reasonable, and I don't think it should take 4 years. But if you look at this and say, what if I just did that once a month, and I just took a step a month? At the end of 4 months from now, you've earned $17,000 in those $1,000 bonuses. You've earned a $10,000 bonus for having 100 active members. You add in your overrides, and the minimum that you can earn is $30,000. Plus, you're going to earn your regional builder and your national builder promotions. We're going to talk about that later. That's just where you make more money. And this all came from one sale. See, every member gets their 10 easy travel buttons, and every button is worth $250. And it's real value they're giving. Every week they're going to get a newsletter that shows this incredible travel savings deal. That's going to remind them about this membership. That's going to let them log back in to see exactly how much they can save when they go to take a vacation or rent a car or have a hotel night. Remember, every member wants to do this because their 3 and free saves them $59.95 a month. And folks, you get paid. That's how you earn money in our comp plan. Plus, you're going to earn overrides on 6 team builder generations. And each of these is paid through Infinity. And you're saying, wait a second, I already have an Infinity team as a team builder. How can I have an Infinity team and have 6 generations? Doesn't Infinity go forever? Infinity does go forever. But now Infinity goes forever 6 different times. See, we're going to start with your team builder group. And these SBAs represent your team builder group. Again, we're now focused on the people. The people will make sales. So right now we're not focusing on the sales. We're focusing on the people and what happens and how do these people become generations and what does that mean? You can see that the person that you sponsored, I've highlighted them in yellow, that person qualified to become a team builder. How did they do that? Well, they made their 3 sales in their first 30 days. You helped them do that. Remember, you're doing that. You're making $20 on each sale. You're positioning yourself for $1,000 bonuses. And when they start their team builder group, by recruiting a new Surge business associate or making a new sale, that becomes a first generation. This next person, 2 levels down. In other words, you sponsored somebody, who sponsored somebody, who sponsored somebody, and that somebody went out and made their 3 sales in their first 30 days. And they became qualified to start their team builder group. And that, again, is your first generation. And now another person. Now understand, this is 6 levels of sponsorship from you. It could be 60, it could be 600. It doesn't matter how deep this goes because it goes to infinity. But if they're in your team builder group and they qualify to start their own, that's a first generation. And then they're going to recruit people. They're going to build this team. That team goes to infinity as well. And when this person qualifies to start their team builder group, it's a second generation. And here's another one that qualifies, another second generation. And again, everybody, there could be dozens, there could be hundreds, literally, there could be thousands. And every time one of those people starts their own team builder group, that becomes your second generation. And you could see a couple more people go out there and qualify. And when they do, it starts your third generation. And then this, again, goes through infinity. And then somebody in your third generation qualifies to start their team builder group. So here's this person, you probably don't even know them. They were sponsored by someone who was sponsored by someone who was sponsored by someone who was sponsored. We know at least that happened. There could have been 10, 15, 20, 50, 100 people between you and this person. But because of how they came into your organization, they're now a third generation team builder. And when they qualify with 3 sales in their first 30 days to become a team builder, that person that they next sponsor or that next sale they make starts the 4th generation. And in that 4th generation, every time somebody qualifies, that becomes the 5th generation. And one more. So we're going through 6 generations. Now I know this is a lot to grasp, and some of you are looking there right now and you're saying, man, I'm not sure I understand all this. Here's the good news for you. You don't have to. We do. We're still going to pay you. Understand it or not, doesn't matter. We're still going to send you the check. All you got to do is figure out how to cash it. That's how the comp plan works. So how do you get paid on your infinity generations? Well, you make $5 per sale on all 6 generations. Now, national builders, remember I told you earlier, by following that plan of how to turn a sale into $30,000, that in that process you would become a national builder? Well, now you're not making $5 on 6 generations, you're making $35 on 6 generations. And that $2 residual we talked about through 6 generations of infinity teams, it's not $2, it's as much as $6. And that's how the compensation plan works. That's how you get paid as a team builder. It's a comp plan unlike anything this industry has ever seen. It's a comp plan that can make you wealthy. Hey, I got a $1,000 bonus ready for you. Come get it.